Welcome back to GT3. I think this is like episode 12 of the GT3 prize car only run. So today we are going to be building the Nismo 400R, and I'm very excited for this because I know I just built this R32 GTR Spec 2 in the last video, and I love this car. But it's no Nismo 400R. Like, this is like the ultimate non-Nismo R-Tune car. And it is so sick. I'm really excited to build this car. Let's pick some wheels out for it. I am going to go back to the rays. Obviously, the TEs are kind of like just the move for this car. We're going to go with these gold TEs. Yeah, that looks good. I can get down with that. And we're just going to immediately start building it, because this car will take over from the R32 for the car that will see the end of the game with. I'm not going to do weight reduction, I don't think. I'm going to focus on everything but right now. And we'll see where we're at the end here. Definitely want to do I do the stage 3 turbo again? I think I'm going to, just for now. That's definitely going to reduce the amount of money we have for other stuff. So I may not be able to run as aggressive of a tire setup as the old R32 setup. So let's go ahead. We can do let's do the medium again. And we're running a little low on cash, so I'm going to pick well, I've already got suspension on this car. And we're going to add in the clutch and flywheel. And then we'll do the exhaust. Again, I think that's probably about as much as we'll have money for. A little bit less cash to play with this versus the R32. We're already making way more power. Alright, there we go. 694 horsepower out of this thing. That is nuts. Now, I do think this is a heavier car for sure. The R32 weighs 1,200 kilos. This one weighs 1,500, so it definitely needs to go on a diet. But should be a very fun car to race with. So this should be fairly solid car. So I'm going to pause recording because I totally meant to map out where I'm going next. So let me do that. Alright, so I was looking at the prize car list, and one thing that's definitely concerning is how in the world I'm going to get a Mercedes, specifically. This gives away the Evo, so this is where I'm going to go first. We've got a handful of races here. Should be about 3 laps each, so this should be a shorter championship than the GTWCs. I hope. So, let's see how this goes. We should be in a fairly overpowered car. Obviously, we make a lot of power, but we don't have a weight advantage like we do in the other races here. So, and we only have the original transmission to play with right now. So, all right, let's see what this Nismo 400R can do. We are racing at Tokyo Route 246. Right away, it drives really good. I'm very impressed with the handling. Of course, that's just going into turn 1 at Tokyo Route 246. That's not really a big decider here. So like I said, I'll have to use some safes coming to get some of these cars in these championship races. So that does add some difficulty. Or take away some difficulty, I guess. A little understeer there, nothing too crazy though. Not as bad as the R32 V-Spec that we were building in the last video. Alright, let's fire through here. It's another one of my favorites. A lot of the time if I'm playing GT Concept, like just showing it off to my friends, I'll play this track because I just know it very well and it's really fun. I really wish they would bring this back as well. It's like a layout for Tokyo Expressway on GT7. Like, how I feel like Special Stage Route 5 and Special Stage Route 11 could be done. I don't know. There's the Sony headquarters. I always forget that's a thing. I think the Honda one's on this track too. I think you can't really tell until GT4. I think it's where they add all of the I think that was it right there on the left we just passed with all the cars sitting out front. This thing is fast. And it drives really good. Like, I have to say, I'm fairly impressed with this thing. It drives good. It just, I don't know. I'm very happy with it. The weight reduction will be a huge game changer for this thing. And I think it still needs a couple of engine parts to be at full power. But I think in terms of horsepower, I'm going to leave it how it is for now. And obviously the Stage 4 turbo would be unreal on this car. $11 seconds on that RX-7 there. That's wild. This thing is just too good. That little sector there reminds me of the Miami F1 track, like the just going under the underpass. All right, one more lap to go from here in Tokyo. All right. Yeah, I am really happy with this car so far. It's been such a treat. I didn't really give this car... Well, actually, I gave this car a lot of time when I was younger because the R33 GTR used to be my favorite Nissan. And arguably, to an extent, still is. I mean, sure, it's heavier. But I still really love this car. As we're rounding the final corners here, we are just crushing this race. Honestly, this would be a good race, a good championship to skip that last race on. So I think that's probably what I'll end up doing with this, just to make the art of safe scumming a little bit easier. To get the Evo that I'm after here. And then the American Championship gives away the TT, so that'll be where we target next, is the TT. I'm going to try to get all the cars we need for the latter half of the game, but obviously that's going to be easier said than done. So, like I said, the Mercedes is proving to be the most difficult part about this whole thing, so I'm going to have to figure that out, where I can get a Mercedes without needing without having a Mercedes already. So I'm going to have to do some looking on that. I can get an Altezza from the Professional League Vits race. I can do the Beetle Cup car coming up from the German touring car race. Stuff like that. It's not impossible, but it definitely, what's the word I'm looking for? Sounds that way. All right, 6 laps of Super Speedway. Is this just the GTWCs but shortened? I feel like that's exactly what this is. All right, let's see what the 400R can do here on an oval track, where the speed of this car can really be seen. One car I also really want to get is the Zonda LM race car, just because that's a car I never got to try as a kid. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if that becomes my go-to race car later in the game. I do want to get that, but this will be kind of like the car that takes the crown as like for just normal events. will be the car I drive. Like, it's just a really good car. Makes a good amount of power. It's still very drivable. This thing is great. It does carry speed a little bit better than the RX-7 through here, but not by much. Definitely need some aero to take these corners faster. I think that's what made the Autobacks MRS such a force to be reckoned with during that whole thing. But we are still cruising ahead to, well, it's hopefully going to be a fairly easy race win. This car with the weight reduction will be unstoppable, I can already tell you. Just, like, I think that's the biggest hurdle of this thing right now is the weight. Let's see, reverse shifting maybe? No, didn't really play nice at all with it, so. We are losing it hard in that corner there. The lap time is pretty comparable to the RX-7, I've noticed. Entering lap 5 here. This thing's great. I know I've said that like a billion times already this episode. I'm sure it's going to be memed to death, just like me saying, oh, that car's fast and GT2, but that was actually a couple comments I saw during the GT2 stuff is how much I commentated, oh, wow, that thing is so fast. I'm sorry, guys. I'm generic. All right, coming around turn 3 and 4 here. Like I said a few episodes ago, I'm an American from the South. I should know how to drive an oval. But we just do it with big blocks and 4 speeds. Well, they don't anymore, but when this game was out, it was big blocks and 4 speeds. Not all-wheel drive 6-cylinder turbo cars. All right, and onto the back straight here. Probably should have shifted in the 4th, but didn't feel like it. We'll definitely need 4th gear here. A few more laps, I can start lapping these dudes. All right, and that is race win number 2, I believe, of this series. It's a good one. I'm really loving this R33. Like, it's a really good car. Another 7K in the bank. All right. Race 3 out of 5. See where we at. All right, Apricot Hill. Change it up a little bit. This is a fairly quick track. All right, let's make some moves really quick here. Of course, the thing is like we're going to be kind of tight on money for a good bit. So that's why I'm thinking about just handling the cups to get these cars first, and then using whatever credits I have after that to build them. Obviously, I'm going to do the weight reduction on this before we do that. So, like, after the European Championship and the German Touring car, specifically getting those 2 cars to get the TT, the Beetle Cup car, I'll be able to hopefully have the credits to build the Evo, the TT, and the Beetle Cup car to go and steal some wins from the beginner league stuff. Holy voice crack. I've been doing a lot this episode. And then from there, hopefully figure out the issue Mercedes, because that's going to be goodness gracious, that's going to be a hurdle for me to jump over. as well as I need to go find the Altezza LM race car. Oh, big slide. Oh, the understeer was so bad coming out of that corner, but it's okay. It's a fairly fast lap. I mean, a minute and a half is nothing to scoff at for, you know, a standing start lap. So this should be a little bit faster this time around. Oh, little trip to the dirt track. Don't hurt nobody. Come on, there we go. It doesn't quite have the instability coming out of corners as the R32 does. All right, coming through the S here. I kind of botched it, but not too bad. All right, onto the back straight. Open the taps up a little bit. A 124.4 in that last lap there. Pretty solid lap. All right. Power down, and we are out of here. Would love to see this track come back in GT7 as well. A lot of instability coming out of the corners there. And that is a race win. All right, not bad. All right, we got about a race to go because I'm probably going to skip race 5 to try to get a bit of an advantage for safe scumming for the Evo. And like I said, a lot of people probably like, oh, why are you doing that? It ruins the fun of the challenge. Because I feel like that just makes it fair. That's what I did to get the R32 GTR, and I'll do it every time to get something that I need. So that doesn't take me 16 attempts at these championships to get that car. So I'm trying to only do these events once. That's what I'm trying to say. So excuse me, choking on spit. This thing does handle this a little bit better as I hit the wall. I love that. Than the R32 GTR did here. I don't exactly know why that's the case, though. It's very, it's a lot more neutral handling than the R32 GTR is out here. Probably one of the longer races of this cup. All right, let's fire through this S here. It's actually taking this surprisingly better than the R32. It looks darn good while doing it. That limiter, though, that sounded good. Sometimes just a really good hard limiter sounds good. Some good old ignition cut kind of stuff. All right, let's enter lap 2. We're going to be screaming down the straight here. Oh, we did not like turn 1 at all. That was a lot of understeer. Ooh, come on. All right, let's nail the chicane here. We'll do this bend here. We'll kind of make this corner here. Oh, it hates this. A lot of understeer there. All right, now to come through the tunnel section. Ouch. That actually like really sucked. Oh, that was rough. Not my best lap, but it's a lap. All right, back on the back straight. Let's open up this RB26 one more time for the lap at least. Yeah, it's not quite as fast down this straight as the R32 GTR, and I think that's only because the fact the R32 GTR weighed, like, what was it? Like 300 kilograms less? Or 400 kilograms less in this car. So that weight reduction will really help this car. Swinging around this bend here. A little understeer into a wall there. I guess more of an invisible wall. For the most aesthetically pleasing part of this whole game. Through the chicane once more. A little close to the wall there, but it's okay. We didn't hit it, that's all that matters. A little bit of unhappiness there in the tail. got just a couple corners left here. We have this really tight chicane up here to get through, and then it's the last corner. So, all in all, very successful first outing for the Nismo 400R. Very impressed with the car. And now it'll be time to go claim our prize car a race early. So, we'll be able to take race 5 off effectively. Oh, it's a 5-speed. That's wild. I don't think the GTR got a 6-speed though until the R34. So, anyway, pretty commanding race win there. Yeah, I mean it would take like a bunch more races for them to bring this back. All right, so let's go ahead and set a save down, and I'll cut to this when I get the car. So. Alright, well that didn't take too long. Now we got our yellow Evo 4. So that is one car knocked off the list. So that makes me feel good. So next up we'll do the American Championship, and that'll be in the next video. And then our next challenge will be the German Touring Car Championships. And I don't think there are any limitations on this. So we'll be able to utilize the 400R for that, because more than likely that'll be what I use for this. And then I got to look into and see what championship it is again that gives the Altezza and the Pagani, because those are the two cars I want next. So we'll see on that. But for now, we've got our Evo. That's one car we can knock off the list of cars we need to get a hold of to complete the game. So there it is. There's our Dandelion Yellow Evo 4 GSR. So in the next video, we're going to take on the American Championship, try to wrap that up, get the TT, and then we'll move on to the German Touring Car Championship and get the New Beetle Cup car, and that'll wrap up a handful of cups. Obviously, I'll still need to hunt down a Honda Type R model, and I need to get a Altezza at the minimum to beat this game. So, what is going on with the Vitz, though? Have I done anything to the Vitz? The Vitz makes 109 horsepower, so that tells me it's been tuned up a little bit. So, we'll get to use that car in due course. But for now, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys, and have a great day.